I bet we won't hear you say the word no the entire time that we talk to you today.
I try to be positive all the time. I think it's the best way to live life.
For the Marin Council of Chambers, I'm Stephanie Plant. This is We Are One Marin, and today, my producer, Kalina Cloud, and I sit down with Jaime Perez. He owns Organic Cleaning Supreme in San Rafael with 6 employees and more than 75 regular clients. But 30 years ago, when Jaime came to Marin, there were days when he only had 50 cents in his pocket. Join us as we start our season and learn how Marin works. We're really happy that you're here, so thank you very much.
Thank you for the invitation.
You're very welcome. Tell me about your business, Jaime.
Organic Cleaning Supreme is very unique cleaning services because we are organic. Our clients are people who has kind of a health issue like asthma or allergies or having autoimmune disease, or women who are pregnant, because during the pregnancy, if you take any chemicals, could be affect the children.
Right.
Another part is families who have children because they're, crawling on the floors, putting everything in their mouth, and they don't want to use any toxic. And another part are people who service elderly people because their immune system is weak in that part of their life. So they don't want to use a lot of chemicals around them. So we serve those kind of people too.
That's a special niche that you can fill then.
Exactly. Or people who has chemical sensitivity, which is very popular in these days. And on the other hand, many people love organic. I know people who eat, wear inside the house, have everything organic. So that is our another part of our services. So circle that is where we are unique because we have our own I call them wow clients.
And so if I wanted to have services from Organic Cleaning Supreme, what kinds of services do you offer?
Residential. We go to the houses every week or once a month, and that's as we do now. Before, we did everything. So I started with handyman, home maintenance, and then, we start cleaning windows, clean rugs, floors, all kind of cleaning. I found this business in 1992. At that time, my wife and me and my little daughter, she was maybe 6 months old. We took with her to clean the houses. It was fun, but then so tired. I remember I still have a picture of her with, I don't know how this called, but I put her in here in my chest, and I was vacuuming, I was doing dusting, and she was her in my chest.
I love that. Dangling baby on your chest while you're vacuuming. I can see it.
Yeah, and now she's studying Sonoma State, so she's studying sociology.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And then I asked him if he had a turning point in his career.
5 years ago, I hired a business coach. And then everything changed. And that time I was working like 18 hours per day.
Wow.
7 days a week because I was doing everything. When I mean everything, I was working during the day, taking calls, writing texts, emails. And then when I got home, I started doing homework with the kids. And then after 9 or 10, I went to my computer and do social media. I started doing, update my website. And then to 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock on my computer.
That is a long day.
A long day. That was my life. And then, like I said, I hired a business coach. And he taught me to do different things, But the first thing I told him, I need more money. Because if we are going to hire someone who do the website or the books or everything, I need to pay them.
Yes.
So and he said, the only thing we need to do is change a little word in your website. You're doing okay, and we change it in 1 week, everything changed.
And how did you evolve from handyman and find this passion for organic cleaning services?
Yeah, it's very interesting because when I started the company in 1992, we used a lot of chemicals. I remember one time that someone hired us. It was a lot of mold in the ceiling. What I did, I started spraying Clorox. I didn't know, but that's deadly. I mean, over the time, if you expose to that, you can die. And I know because the person who taught me how to clean, after 3 years, he died from cancer. But he was cleaning with a lot of chemicals over 25 years. And then another friend died from cancer. And the same story, they was using a lot of chemicals. At that point, I said myself, I don't want to be next. How I can do this, how I can change it. I don't know how long it take me. It was a lot of testing. I went, whatever I can find online or the store, I went and buy different products to test it. And because I was working and the products say this is good for polished furniture, and I buy it and I test it and say, or the floor is the same, or the clean bathrooms. Not than 20 years ago, it didn't work like today.
Even now, I think there are products out there that claim to do, clean the shower, clein the tile, and then and nothing is really. It's hard to find something that can compete with those chemicals.
Exactly. So what I did, nothing satisfied me. I started studying or reading about how to make your own cleaning solution. Wow. Now I have my own formula, which is organic, and that's why we are Organic Cleaning Supreme.
You invented your own formula.
Yes, over the time.
We met you right here in San Rafael. You're going to be famous. You are going to go national one day.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I was early in probably 96 or 95, we started testing those products. If someone tell me, hey, you know what, the vinegar works in this, I'll test it carefully because it was in another house, not my house, in another house. Yeah, so, but eventually it works. And like I said, now I have my own formula, and that's part of the success of the company.
Well, I think you're part of the success of the company, and I admire your ingenuity. I have a feeling that it's not just ingenuity in the 30 years that you've been in business. Tell me a little bit about how you got to the United States.
I am from El Salvador. I met someone over there, and he came here and back and say one of those days, we should go to U.S. Why? I just said, why? I am studying here. My goal, because I want to be architect.
Architect.
That was my plan over there. And then I explained, hey, I want to be architect because I want to build a house for my mom. I want to do that. And he said, you know what? If you stay here, it will take you maybe 10 years, 15 years, but if you go to U.S., you can do it in 2 years. And say, okay, let's do it. Let's go. And the next year, I came here. And then I decided to stay here. And at the beginning, it was hard because I bring only 50 cents in my pocket.
You came to the Bay Area with 50 cents.
50 cents in my pocket. In probably 1990, 91.
You couldn't get a cup of coffee for 50 cents in 1991.
No, it was hard in the beginning because I didn't know any English. I didn't have any skill. I didn't know anybody. When you have someone and take from that environment, put in another environment, totally different. But I was willing to do anything. At some point, I was desperate. I remember in the 3rd Street after the Montecito Plaza, walking in the street, in those houses, see if someone can use my help. In that time, I didn't have anything to eat. It was really hard for me. But I think at that part of my life to push me out and say, I have to do better. I have to do better. And I study, I read English, book in English for probably 10 years. I did hear and watch radio and television only in English, even if I didn't understand anything, because someone told me, if you listen in Spanish, you will be the same. So if you want to learn in English, because you can't go to the school, watch TV, listen radio in English. And I did for over 10 years.
So you taught yourself?
Yeah.
From a book and from the TV.
Yeah. Now, and I remember I had someone give me a dictionary. And I was reading, and now I use the web.
Yes, I know. We found a dictionary here in the office the other day, and I think Kalina was laughing at me because it's pretty old school to have a dictionary.
Yeah. And one thing I want to mention is, I don't know when was that, and maybe that place called me familiar. Back in 90s, 93, 94, was in Lincoln Avenue, here in San Rafael. Everybody went to there to get labors. Someone told me about that, and I went there and told me, if you go there, they open at 8 o'clock, you can get a job. Or at least for one day or 2 days. Say, okay, I go there. And remember one day say, well, it's 7 today. Okay, I go there. And I arrived at 8 o'clock, just in time. There was like 50 people over there.
Wow.
And I wait for a whole day. And I asked the lady, hey, why are you not going to work? Say, because you are late. You are the number 100 or something. What I need to do to go to work? And say, be the first or be the number 10. I guarantee you will be going to work. And I start asking the people who want to work, what time you get here? Oh, 6:30, another 7. And I say myself, I'll be here at 5 in the morning.
Wow.
And the next day, I grab a blanket, and it was a bench outside of the building. And 5 o'clock, I was there with my blanket.
First in line.
First in line. And that way, I knew I was going to work. And that way, I started working. It was my first money. I sent it my mom. I was really happy.
What was that first job? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was here in San Rafael. It was a lady. She asked me, "Can you paint?" And I said, "Yes." Okay, there's your painter, there's your everything. And I started painting. I don't know how I did it, but I did it.
You couldn't paint, could you?
No.
No, but you had that ingenuity.
Yeah, exactly. And then she say, "Can you prune it?" And I didn't know what it was. I said, yes, I can do it. And she said, bring me like a scissors. Go there and prune that tree. Okay. And I went there and I started doing something. I think I would make like $60 or something. Yeah, well, it was fun.
You have such a contagious, cheerful personality. I bet we won't hear you say the word no the entire time that we talk to you today.
I try to be positive all the time. I think it's the best way to live life, because my life was really bad and there was a lot of experience in my childhood. I came from a family really poor. Sometimes we don't have anything. On some days we have only a cup of coffee and one piece of bread for the day. And tell the people, especially in my community here, many people came here, they want to do better. Maybe they want to help their family in their countries. And it can be done the honest way. Be good, be honest, be positive, and you can do it. To go anywhere you want to go.
I believe that too. It's hard sometimes, but
it
I
is
believe
hard,
it.
yeah.
And I know there are lots of things that are hard, complete with starting out with 50 cents in your pocket. I'm not going to forget that for a long time. Have you found Marin to be welcoming? Has it been difficult when, English isn't your first language and you weren't born here?
Sometimes it was difficult because when you don't know anybody, it's hard to ask for help because you don't have the language, you don't have anything. I remember when one client, she hung up the phone because I didn't speak English well. And he was upset because he yelled at me on the phone, "Why are you doing business here, Marin, if you don't speak English?" And for a long time, I was afraid to take calls.
Oh.
I don't know why. Maybe for that, but I was afraid because I don't know, maybe with that experience. Over the time now, I changed something in myself. I know that I have a good clients. Now I have the opportunity to select my clients. People call us every month, every week, every day. But we select.
How many employees do you have?
6. The people who work for me, they want to be working in the company because they don't get sick when at their work.
Right. You're providing an environment that is taking care of your employees.
Yes. And we pay them. I pay them well. We always try to help our employees to do better.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about things that might have worked against you here. What's worked for you?
Well, since I changed to green or non-toxic and now organic, I feel like I am in the right spot because people love organic here in Marin. People are very conscious about the environment, not just the environment, but many people take care of another people. You know, here in Marin, I can see many people who have a lot of money, but not keep it by themselves. They share like what we are doing now, you know. Someone donate, or I don't know how they did it, but
we were given a grant.
Exactly. And I don't know who did that, but I thank that people.
It's the Marin Community Foundation. You can say thank you right here.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Marin Community Foundation. Yes, because that's beautiful. And I know people here are very different from, I think, the whole U.S. And I love this place. I love it.
And do you feel like you've found home?
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, I have more memories here now because I live more time here than in my whole country.
Not everybody stops to think about what kind of an experience you may have left.
Right.
Can you give us a little hint at how you want to grow, what you'd like to see come next for you? Where will we see you in 5 years?
I have one office now, right now. In 5 years, my goal is have another office in Mill Valley, another in Sonoma, and another office in the city. And then after that, franchise the corporation and do business in another state. That's something I want to do.
That's fantastic. That sounds like a reasonable, achievable goal with the energy that I see just with you sitting in this chair next to me.
I have my plans.
I think that I'd love to hear more about your plans someday. Maybe I can get some business coaching from you.
Well, happy to do it.
No, I'm so moved by your story and your optimism. It's so refreshing, really.
Thank you for taking the time to do this. It is amazing.
Well, Jaime, it's been a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. And the pleasure is mine. Be with the wonderful people here. So it's really nice.
And we're going to check on you.
Yes.
5 years.
Thank you.
If you want to join the conversation, reach us at weareonemarin.com. And you can contact our guest, Jaime Perez, at his website, organiccleaningsupreme.com. And as you heard from Jaime, the Marin Community Foundation generously sponsors this podcast. Our theme music is performed by a student at Enriching Lives Through Music. Elm is in San Rafael's Canal neighborhood. Finally, a reminder to support diverse local businesses and shop Marin.